They're just waiting for, I think Glenn Yates is supposed to be moving up a spot here as well. It'll be Jake Fisher and Melendez to lead us away in heat number 1. The lights flash and we get ready to go green for the first time tonight. Fisher and Melendez to lead us away. Green it is quite slippery out there as they get the start, but it is the 63 car of Melendez that gets a pretty good start. Paul Joss, as you expect, comes around on the inside, and Colby Bosley up into third momentarily. But out in front, Fletcher Melendez gets a pretty good one. One car goes sideways early. Believe that might have been Colby Bosley that's gone a bit skew-if. I'll wait for the camera to get him as close as I can see. Plenty of action in the second heat for these guys who've probably in a way drawn a little bit of the short straw for the first run, but the track will dial itself in nicely for the upcoming heats. So away we go. Jake Fisher to lead us away with Paul Joss, who streaks through with Renfrey as well. Renfrey gets up into second. All cars get around turn 1 okay, and into turn 2. Jake Fisher's got himself up into third. Look at this around the outside. Renfrey's going to try a move on Joss early. Decides to put the brakes on as they come around turn number 3. As you can see, still a little bit slippery car. Paul Joss has gone to the infield. That's a horrible start. So something wrong with Paul Joss's car out there. So that puts Renfrey in front from Jake Fisher. And then back to Reece Jones in third at the moment. So they've got a lap in the book of this 8-lap first heat here at Bunbury. Back in 4th place is Hayden Hicks. Has a depleted field. We've already got 3 cars on the infield. Not sure what happened to Paul Joss, but that car just pulled infield and didn't come back out. 2 laps down, 6 to go in heat number 1 for the street stocks. And it's Nate Renfrey out in front. On the chase down is Nate Fisher in third, and then Reece Jones is trying to make up a spot here in third. Good battle for 4th at the moment. Leading that battle is Hicks from the 57 of Fairbrass. Fairbrass drops off a fair bit there and opens up a bit of a gap for 4th and 5th, I should say. Battle out in front is being won by Nate Renfrey. Second at the moment, Fisher. Jones, though. Jones is trying to get underneath nose to tail as they come past the start-finish line. Round the back straight away one more time here at Bunbury. Nate Renfrey's got this one all but in the bag at the moment. He seems to be just pushing away from these leaders. Does go a little skew with a little bit of rough and tumble out of turn number 3 for him, but keeps it in the right direction, which is always a win. Second place, still a good battle going on there for the 12 and the 4-1-1 in Fisher and Jones in that order. Past Catalanos one more time for our race leader. Nate Renfrey. Back down the back straight away. Watch this battle for second. Jones has thrown everything at it except for the kitchen sink. He tries the kitchen sink this time, but goes against the wall. Bang, crash against the wall a couple of times. Keeps the car going, but manages to hold on to third only just. Round the front comes Nate Renfrey. Another lap in the books for him. Jake Fisher in second. Reece Jones in third, then back to 4th place of Hayden Hicks. Down the back straight away, this race leader in Renfrey has had a good battle. In fact, starting to see the back of lap traffic at the moment. He can see the tail of Sarah Vandermeer at the moment. Will there be any changes for these minor positions? Nate Renfrey's had it since Paul Joss has pulled off. Should see the white flag next time around for our race leader. Down back with 12 in second of Jake Fisher. Then back to Reece Jones. That order has not changed. 4th place is Hayden Hicks at the moment. He's under a bit of pressure from Wayne Fairbrass. Here comes the white flag now. So 1 lap to go for our race leader. He's held onto it pretty well. The gap has closed slightly, but I'd say it's a bit too much for Fisher to get in there. Will we see a change? Down Catalanos. Fisher's throwing everything at this one. Into turn number 2. Will we see a change? They head down the back straight away. Renfrey in first. Fisher in second. Fisher's right on his tail. Can he make a move? They come past Pearson-Tini's. Round the last turn. Renfrey's out in front. Will there be a change? It won't be the 44. Renfrey picks up the win from the 12 of Jake Fisher. And then Reece Jones in third in the 4-1-1. So good drive from Nate Renfrey. Pretty good drive from Jake Fisher as well, who made up a lot of ground and challenged at the end there. But your heat race winner for heat number 1, Nate Renfrey, picks up the win from the 12 of Jake Fisher and the 4-1-1 of Reece Jones. Heat number 1 for the Street Stocks. And it'll be Linda Yates off the front with Hayden Hicks, Wayne Fairbrass. Outside of him should be Colby Bosley. Can't see Colby there though. So a reduced field after that first heat. For our Street Stocks. Jack Fisher will be on the second row. There as well, so moves up with those missing cars. So just been told by officials, continue to drive to those track conditions, a little bit less greasy for these guys after the first heat. The first racing tonight, so we get ready to go green. Lights are green. Linda Yates holds up a little bit of traffic there, but manages to keep the car pointing in the right direction. Hayden Hicks gets the better of the starts with Jake Fisher. The 57 car pulling infield in Wayne Fairbrass. So Fairbrass is out for this one, so that leaves us with Hicks out in front. Back in second place is Jake Fisher. Then back to the 44, our last heat winner of Nate Renfrey. Can he pick up 2 heat wins? He's going to have a bit to say. Underneath goes Jake Fisher up into first spot, relegating Hayden Hicks back to second. So they come around with the second lap in the book. As we get ready to go green one more time. Lights are green and away we go. Around the witch's hat. Jake Fisher from Hayden Hicks. Hicks goes sideways and holds on to it. Moves back probably third position. Just comes in front of Reece Jones, who has to put the brakes on and causes all sorts of drama behind him. But out in front, it is Jake Fisher moving away from this one. Our previous heat winner of Nate Renfrey's on the charge for this for another first place pace finish, and Hayden Hicks in third. He just pulled in front of cars and said, oh, well, I'll slow you all down. And that was Gavin Yates, who's managed to get himself up into third now. So Yates heads past the Bunbury Speedway in third, but out in front, it's a good battle. Under comes Renfrey to try and claim that top position. Jake Fisher starves him out for the time being. Renfrey tries one more time, goes sideways, 2 sideways, washes off a heap of speed and gets dropped back. He's on the infield, gets back up on the curb, but probably about at least 10 car lengths behind the race leader in Jake Fisher. So he tried it and he failed. Did Nate Renfrey? He'll have another couple of laps to give it a go again. He's very dirty on himself, I reckon. He just about had him. Back in third place is Gavin Yates, and then Hicks in fourth. Back down the past the Bunbury Speedway sign, which is freshly painted, looking good up the back there. And Jake Fisher is leading the charge. Spread right out of these cars now, but Nate Renfrey has a bit of work to do. Jake Fisher did fit second in the last heat, so he's trying to just do one better in this one. Gavin Yates has got a fair bit of real estate to make up if he wants to challenge for second, but I don't think there's going to be enough real estate left in this race for that one. 2 laps to go this time around. And your race leader is Jake Fisher from Nate Renfrey. Renfrey may be too far away to challenge this one, but a bit of lap traffic in front may cause this to closen up as we head into a lap and a bit to go. Here comes Jake Fisher, gets around Linda Yates okay. So you all but say that it's seal it for Jake Fisher. as he heads down the back straight away for the last time. Then the 44 car of Nate Renfrey gets under the lap traffic as well. Last corner for our race leader in Jake Fisher, picks up heat number 2. Goes one better. Nate Renfrey does the opposite, he goes one worse. So a win and a second each for our front 2 there. Third place goes to the number 5 car of Gavin Yates, who was a long way back in second. So well done to Jake Fisher, picking up the heat race win in heat number 2 of the street stocks. Here we go, heat number 3 for our street stocks. And it's Nate Renfrey that gets a good start from Reece Jones. Goes sideways in front of traffic. Does a 360, keeps it facing the right way. I think the light green lights went off momentarily, but then they come back on. Saw that happen at the Motorplex last night. Not too far away. It's got into the first lap, but Renfrey is pushed away while that was all happening. That caused nearly a colossal incident. Paul Joss, while this has been happening, he's got himself up into second spot as they head down the back straight away for the second time in this one. Wayne Fairbrass is making up a few positions in this one. Cars slowing all over the shop here, causing a bit of a bunch up, but meanwhile Nate Renfrey pushes away. Gavin Yates has had a bit of luck and got himself up into second, and Hayden Hicks in third position. Down the back straight away, our race leader. He's got a length of the straight on the minor positions in the 44 of Nate Renfrey. Gavin Yates got a bit to do to catch up on him. Hayden Hicks in third, and then Wayne Fairbrass has got himself up into fourth position. But our race leader and previous heat winner in Renfrey, he's away. And he's split the scene on this one. He's got a bit of work to do, does our second place in Gavin Yates. Lap traffic for our race leader, shouldn't cause him too many dramas. He'll meet that on the back straight away. Gets around okay. Passing flag out for our back markers. Have a look at Renfrey, he's just split the scene on this one. Gavin Yates is you're looking at, where has he gone? He's nearly a length and some in front of him. Back in third place, Hayden Hicks has put a bit of a gap on Jake Fisher, who's managed to get himself up into fourth. Run the last heat. Would want a podium on this one, I've got no doubt. As we head down the front straight away for our race leader. 2 laps to go for Nate Renfrey. Second place is the 5 car of Gavin Yates. Hayden Hicks in third. 1 car has come around in turns 1 and 2. Green we do. Nate Renfrey got a couple of laps to get this one done and run. Gavin Yates under a bit of pressure. Here comes Jake Fisher. He's going to try and get himself up into third spot. He does. Coming around turns 2, he's just poked his nose up into third spot. So Jake Fisher claimed another spot, albeit momentarily he's got it. He's locked it in now, I think. Renfrey sees the white flag. The 23 car of Vandermeer is parked up on the burnout pad there. The white flag out for Renfrey. Can Jake Fisher get up another spot? And no, win-loss for a first car, and then second first for our second car, if that makes sense. Renfrey comes around, picks up the heat race win, and he does. The 12 car gets up into second in Fisher, just beats Yates. So the 44 car wins from the 12 in Jake Fisher, and then Gavin Yates finishes in third. So it's been a good battle between the 44 and 12. Jake Fisher has picked up a heat win in 2 seconds, and Renfrey has picked up 2 wins and 1 second. So it's been going to be a good battle for those in the feature a little bit later on tonight. So with the lack of interval, we've just had to quickly manually count the scores up, and we've got our starting order ready to go. So no surprise, Nate Renfrey will be off the front with Jake Fisher, Gavin Yates, in the third spot with Reece Jones, Hayden Hicks and Wayne Fairbrass behind them. So they'll go green this time around, and you would expect Nate Renfrey to get a pretty decent start. Here he's been the car to beat all night tonight, and he gets away pretty well from Jake Fisher. Reece Jones just clinging on to third spot momentarily. Maybe will hold it on the outside, he does. Renfrey's under a bit of pressure from Jake Fisher at the moment as they head down the back straightaway. This is a great battle out in front. Even in third spot, the number 5 car of Gavin Yates has Reece Jones right beside him. Oh, Jones goes up into the fence. And we'll go into it again. So that car, orange lights will come on just in Catalano's. Reece Jones has put himself up in towards the fence. Went into it a secondary time as well, so I'm not sure if there was an issue with the car outside of that, but hopefully not too much damage. I don't think the car will restart, of course, but he's out of the car. But a bit of damage to that left-hand side. As we get ready to go green, now one more time. Renfrey gets the car motoring from Jake Fisher and Gavin Yates in third. Renfrey should be the man to catch in this one. He's had 2 wins. Jake Fisher's also picked up a win in there as well, so a bit of talent between these front 2 cars. Hicks is sitting behind Gavin Yates in 4th spot. Fisher goes nice and wide and just really slows the pack behind him, and that lets Nate Renfrey just push away from this pack. As we head down the back straight and put another lap in the books, Renfrey doing a great job in this one. Keeps pushing away. Keep your eye on the 57 car of Wayne Fairbrass. He's tackling Hayden Hicks at the moment for the 4th position. Maybe then we'll tackle Yates for a podium finish. So can't quite get around Fairbrass at this point. He still remains in 5th spot, but 3rd place is up for grabs at the moment. And Hayden Hicks is trying everything to get underneath. He's going to go this time. Will he get under Yates? He tries. Yates pulls away. Hicks tries everything, but Yates just a bit too good. Meanwhile, out in front, great drive from our race leader in Renfrey. 2nd place is Jake Fisher. Lap traffic will become a part of this race in a handful of lap times, you would imagine. They're slowly catching up to Zahara van der Main. That is Renfrey doing a good job. Meanwhile, 3rd place is still up for grabs. Hicks just claims it. Puts Yates back into 4th, then back to 5th. Fairbrass has got around underneath. Round they go with another lap in the books for our race leader as he's about to hit some lap traffic. Renfrey doing a great job, but Jake Fisher just won't go away. Jake Fisher sees the opportunity to make up a little bit of room here. By my calculations, we should have a couple of laps this time around to go. Still podium chance for 2 cars, but Renfrey has got this one. Fisher is ready to go. And then back to the 57 car of Wayne Fairbrass. He's got Hayden Hicks on the travel, and Yates has dropped back to 5th spot. Down the back straight away. White flag out for our race leader in Renfrey. He's got a lap to hold on to this one. And he's doing a pretty good job. Fisher maybe too far away to make a challenge in this final lap. Wayne Fairbrass should hold on to third as well, but there's still half a lap to go. Pretty cleanly goes our race leader in Nate Renfrey around. Jake Fisher's maybe trying to make a challenge, but too much real estate between him and our our feature race winner, Nate Renfrey, picks up first in the 44 car. Great drive from him, from Jake Fisher in second place. And the final podium place goes to Wayne Fairbrass in the 57 car. But put your hands together for our first feature winner for the night. He's had a pretty good night. He picked up a couple of heats. He finished second in one, and he's finished the feature in first. Nate Renfrey picks up the Street Stock A Main.